views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect those of the producers, network, or sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
So let's watch like this video I found online.
It is the second most prevalent liquid on Earth. Putting a price on oil is like putting a price on a pail of water. You know, no initial cost. It's in the ground, and in those days they were, some of it, almost what you'd call surface mining the oil. They didn't go down deep. So in order to get the price up, they hit on the idea that they would have to make it appear to be scarce. That after we take the next few barrels out, we're probably going to have to close this well. You know, that kind of thing.
So that's the conspiracy behind it.
Yeah.
How much is, as of February 19, have you noticed how much yung gasolina lately per liter?
I'm not sure, pero I think tumataas siya by a few.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. At walang rollback.
Yeah, wala pang rollback. Inaabangan ka rin.
Pero sad case, we have no control over oil
Yes.
or resources like this because we don't have our own oil. But if you think about it, what this guy was saying is that they're trying to make, well, it's been happening for like decades that they've been putting price on, no, they're trying to make it scarce. Meaning they're trying to, under the optics, they try to make it like it's limited.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's not. So that's a conspiracy behind it. So what do you think? Do you think it's real? No, they try to make a product scarce? Because what this guy is saying is that you're putting price on water, knowing that there's water all over the world.
Yeah.
Right? What do you think?
I think the country is really vulnerable in times like this. For example, it's vulnerable to climate change, to experiencing the typhoons, and at the same time the extreme heat. Like wala talaga akong masabi regarding the extreme heat. Pero I think burning these fuels, it increases the emissions. It worsens the global warming. So for this kind of theory, I really I agree with them. I agree with the video. I really agree with it.
I think the consumption of fossil fuels are, it's there. It's affecting our environment. It's affecting us humans because of all the fumes and all the byproducts of oil.
Yeah.
Like everything we have right now is related to oil. Now people think like, oh, fossil fuels, gasolina. No, actually fossil fuels are, when they process it, like it goes to gasoline, diesel. That's why we have all these unleaded.
Yeah.
And we have the premium one and the regular one and I don't know what, and they have the diesel and then they have other stuff. But oil generally has a lot of other byproducts. It's used in lubricants. Okay, lubricants. It's used in the engine oil.
Yes.
Right, change oil. But not everything is in the automotive industry. It's
Yeah.
a lot is being used in industrial factories. Especially in retail products as well. People are just not aware, but oil is being used in a lot of retail products. I can't mention a few, but I know there's a bunch out there. Like you go to the grocery store, and indirectly, you won't find like, oh, there's oil here. No, but indirectly, like the plastics that you see, like the packaging, a lot of those are like byproducts of oil. You know, because of the plastic grade. That's why a lot of plastics can't be recycled. You know, but certain plastics. Well, most plastics have oil in them. Like, I'm not talking about like oil, like yung pinakalangis mismo.
Yeah.
Talking about the elements of oil,
Yeah.
the characteristics, the chemical bond of an oil. Nandun sa plastics, right? That's why we're trying our best to use paper bags. We're trying
The
to
eco-friendly, yeah.
eco-friendly stuff, right? Like in Starbucks, everything is like recycled toilet. Sorry, not recycled toilet paper. You see in Starbucks, you go to Starbucks, right? The cups, right? The tissue, it's brown. It's not white. That's recycled. Like it's not coming from like other like toilet paper or anything like that, but it's coming from like paper itself. But they're not necessarily like the tissue that we use in the CR or tissue that we use, napkins that we use in the table and stuff. But still, they are made of oil. Like the chemical bonds in oil are very strong that they could be used in so many things. You know, they can be used Number one, lubricants.
Yeah.
We use lubricants everywhere, we're just not aware of that. But yun nga, let's go back to the level of our citizens, sa mga kababayan natin. How are you relying on oil? Okay? On gasoline, di ba? From what I remember, 5 years back, 10 years back, 10 years ago, sabihin natin, siguro magkano per liter? Siguro mga 30? 20, late, higher 20s, 30s. Yung time na yun, nagre-reclam na sila na mataas na yung gasolina. Di ba?
Wala pa pala yun dun sa peak.
Wala na sa peak. Ngayon, feeling na nasa peak na sila.
Yeah.
Right? I bet you, another 5 years, ganoon pa din. Nagre-reklamo pa din sila sa gasolina. There will never be a time where people are going to be happy about the price of gasoline. Right? Until umabot tayo na mag-electric na tayo.
Yeah.
Right? Drastic yung tatalong kasi electric kasi mahal. Hindi pa siya practical.
Yes.
But guess what? Before I even say this, we're not sponsored or paid by BYD. We're going to talk about a BYD car. But maybe you could sponsor us in our next episodes. BYD came up with a brilliant idea to sell hybrid cars. Okay. It's not a new idea. But generally speaking, ang mga hybrid cars, before BYD came by, before electric cars came into being, mga hybrid, sino nag-start yan? Toyota, right?
Yes.
Prius, yung Camry, madami, RAV4, dati mga hybrid. But how did it work? Do you know how the hybrids back then work?
No.
Okay, they are gasoline priority. When I say gasoline priority, ang hybrid, half electric, half combustion.
Yeah.
Right? So ang hybrid, pag sinabi ng gasoline priority, it's, pag pinaandar mo, it burns gasoline. Okay? Tipid pa din siya.
Yeah.
Pero, nauna muna yung gasolina. Ang hybrid, it runs on electric, okay, up to 40 kilometers per hour.
Yes.
Pag lumakpas na doon, gasolina na. Pag hinataw mo, gasolina na. Pero pag 10 kilometers, 20, sa subdivision lang. Electric yung gamit niya.
Nandun yung eco mode niya.
Sorta.
Yeah,
If you say eco
somehow.
mode, sorta. Doon ka magtitipid.
Yeah.
Pero if you're always city drive, highway, or madalas ka NLEX, SLEX, or expressway, wala, puro gasolina yan. Yeah. Okay, so what's the difference with BYD's hybrid, right? Electric priority.
Full on electric for BYD.
Yes. So what happens is, pag inandar mo, no matter how fast, mabagal, mabilis, hinataw mo. Okay, may range siya. May range. Pag inubos mo yung range, gasolina ka na.
Okay.
Yes. There's a catch though. Yung range, maliit lang. It's 50 kilometers.
So exceeding 50, what happens?
Gasolina ka na.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're doing city driving, like if what I do, for example, you do city driving.
Yes.
Home, university, back home.
Yeah.
We go here, we do our podcast, we go around. In a day, I don't think you'll consume 50 kilometers.
Yeah, I won't.
You won't, right? Sabihin natin half of it, like 25 to 30 kilometers. Pag uwi mo, charge na. The following day, meron kang ulit 50 kilometers. Hindi mo nagamit yung gasolina. Yeah. So there was a study. I was talking to one of BYD sales agent. Gumawa sila ng parang study about the cars, in consumptions and everything.
Yeah.
Yung isang study na ginawa nila, what happened is, naka-full tank, okay? After a whole month, parang 0.01 liter na bawasan lang.
Grabe.
At yung nabawasan, kasi umaandar, parang idle.
Yeah.
Kasi most of the time, umaandar ng electric. Yun. Pero, pag umaandar siya ng electric, naka-on yung makina, yung gasoline, yung combustion engine.
Yes.
Okay? Kasi pag naubos na yung 50 kilometers mo,
Switch back to
Switch back
combustion
to,
engine.
Yes. So, safe siya mag out of town. Okay? Halimbawa, umakit ka ng Baguio. Right? Of course, wala nang 50 kilometers mo, electric. Gasolina all the way. Yun yung kagandahan dun sa kay BYD. And it's quite affordable, right? Kasi dati yung magkano yung hybrid? Parang 3 million, 2 million
Yeah.
for
It's not.
yung Prius, parang 2.5 yung brand new.
Yeah.
Sub 1 million lang. Yung
Really?
parang Seal 5 nila.
Yeah.
It's a sedan.
Yeah.
Nakita ko siya in person. I went to BYD. I was curious. I was like, wow, patingin. Hindi ko siya tinest drive, pero based on what the agent was telling me, sabi ko, ayos to ah. Kasi, gumagastos ako sa gasolina. Imagine I have a very practical car.
Yeah.
All right? Yung maliit lang. So, 1 week, 2,000. Full
2,000.
tank.
Okay.
Every weekend, nasa akin mga resibo eh. So, 2,000. So, in a month, gumagastos ako ng 8 to 10,000
For gasoline.
for gasoline.
Yeah.
Doon sa BYD yung hybrid, isang full tank lang. At after 1 month, city driving lang to
Yeah.
0.01 liter ang nabawasan doon. Eh di, ang tipid.
Yeah. That minimal. Yeah.
Okay, balik tayo. O, paano yung charging sa bahay pag chinarge? O, magkano yung electricity per day para i-charge? Nag-average ng 100 per day. 100 per day. O, times 30 days, 3,000 sa kuryente mo. Compare mo yung 3,000 plus yung full tank, sabi niya 2,000. So, that's 5,000 in a month, right? Compare mo sa 8 to 10,000, so
Doon ka na sa electric. Doon ka na sa BYD.
Pero ang dami na natatakot kasi
Yeah.
paano pag ano daw yung BYD, bagong company, China, di ba? Paano yung battery pag mahal daw yung battery replacement and all that. But you know what? Sa mga average na tao, yes, kung isa lang yung kotse mo at naisip mo papalitan mo siya to electric agad,
Yeah.
na wala kang experience with it, doon sila natatakot. Risky kasi. Paano pag nasiraan to? Pero for example,
First conception na parang, baka masiraan. When you go somewhere, baka wala kang tamang way para makapag-recharge. Diba?
isa pa yun.
Yeah.
Isa pa yun. We are foundation in terms of electric chargers.
Yes, foundation.
Mall lang.
Yeah.
Tayo Ayala Mall, libre ang
Yes.
charge. Di ba?
Yes.
Yun. Advantage nun, wala kang coding. That's one.
Yeah.
Exempted ka sa coding. Even mga hybrids. Though not everyone's willing to risk it. Me, I'm fine. If you're a family, you have multiple cars, pwede mo i-try. Kasi pag nasira, may isa pang kotse ka. Okay. Pero kung yun lang yung iisang kotse mo, I don't think people would risk it. But you know what? Dumadami sila.
Yes.
Dumadami sila. I'm gonna show you. I saw this electric car yesterday. Natuwa ako kasi ang pangalan is Kiwi EV. I don't know if you guys heard of it. Oh, ang cute.
Ang cute.
Isasend ko sa ngayon sa group natin. Look it up. Look at the tira mo itsura. Ang kulit ng itsura. Ang cute to. It's futuristic. We are in the future of design. Yan, nakita nyo? Black pa yung sinend
Ito
ko.
ba yung single cab ba ito?
4.
4?
Jeez. Sinilip ko kasi nasa stoplight kami. Apat yung nasa loob.
Yeah. Sobrang futuristic na itsura.
Yeah. Ang cute niya talaga. So we're like literally in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a minute left for this discussion. So I think I'm getting a BYD sooner or later. I'm gonna test it.
That's good.
Nasa ano siya, sub 1 million. Nasa 986.
Well, kapresyo ng Vios na top of the line.
Top of the line.
yeah.
And then it's affordable.
Yeah.
Tipid. Bago pa. You ride in a car? Futuristic. Talagang electric car. Although it's hybrid, but it's, this style and design. Electric. Purely electric. Electrifying yung feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, hindi mo naiisipan yung once you have a BYD, hindi mo naiisipan yung taas ng gasolina.
Yeah.
Ganun. If you think about it, yung mga nag-iisip nan, forget the public utility.
Yeah.
Public utility, Public utility, dapat i-subsidize ang government.
That's true.
You know, buses, bagong new generation jeep, tricycles, and any form of public utility. Dapat i-subsidize ng government yan. Kasi talagang sila yung transportation sector that helps the economy.
Yeah.
Right? But for us with private cars, diba? We have the choice. We have the option.